Today we go back to junior high. Hi guys, welcome back to the Mariah Carey journey. Today we are actually going to be listening to E=MC². So we are going back to the days of junior high, the days of math and science, and formulas. I don't know what the E stands for, but obviously MC, Mariah Carey. Maybe the E is emotions or energy or something. I feel like this is one of those albums I have very little expectations going into, but you guys did tell me it is the opposite of the last album I covered, which was Charm Bracelet, which was a super vibey, warm album. Apparently this is different, more playful maybe. That's about the extent of what I know about it. It is a longer album. It is 16 songs with the bonus tracks, which in past videos I have missed bonus tracks, but luckily today I will be listening to the bonus tracks, Heat and For Real, For Real. So this was an album released in 2008, which was 6 years after the album that I just listened to, Charm Bracelet, but only 3 years after the Emancipation of Mimi, which I reacted to a year or two ago. But overall, if I had to say going in what my expectations are, it sounds like it could be really smooth. Titles like Cruise Control, Touch My Body, those sound like really smooth, really swanky. But then we also have a couple of very playful sounding songs toward the end of the album, such as Bye Bye and I Wish You Well. So it sounds like at the end of the album, she's kind of going to say goodbye to this person. And looking at the album cover, you know, we've got a darker vibe. It looks like she's in the dead of night, but I actually just think it's like a black screen behind her. She has this like feathery dress on. Looks like she's kind of doing a model pose. You can see her legs are kind of like spread apart. It looks like she was just walking down a runway. They asked her to pose and she froze. And then Mariah, we have the big pink font. Not the Mariah Carey font that I've come to know and love from her other album covers. All that being said, without further ado, let's get into the first track. It is called Migrate and it is featuring T-Pain, King of Auto-Tune. We know him. We, I think, like him. So I am interested to see how she's going to merge with the King of Auto-Tune. Danger! Oh, like Danger, like Britney Danger.
Once again, nothing jumping up in your place. Sick of your berry buzzing all in my face. Way too much to tolerate. Time to roll, y'all know I got to migrate. Click and Shantae and May. Treat it as a holiday. Cause he's a rap, y'all know I had to migrate. So I'm on my way home. Cause my jeans, yeah, they fit. But it might benefit me.
The auto-tune is throwing me off.
Accentuate by and steal the show. Soon as we walk through the door, fellas be grabbing at us like yo, trying to get us going off the Patron. He's sipping Gucci up. We can move this back to my place. It's time to migrate.
You were not kidding when you said this is the polar opposite of Charm Bracelet. If it's gonna continue to be like this, yeah. This is the opposite energy. Like, I need to get my energy up. I need to potentially be in a club right now.
From my car into the club, we migrate. From the party VIP, we migrate. From the party to the after party, migrate. After party to hotel. As we proceed, getting past the envious ones. Hating, but they can't take their eyes off us. They playing my jam and the flow is one. So y'all need to migrate up out the door.
They playing my jam.
Glasses, compliments of the cloud. Embrace their status, so you know the show was live. Everywhere we go, they gon' fly. Them boys migrate to where it's high, it's high, it's high. Soon as we walk through the door, fellas be grabbing at us like yo. If you ain't up thuggin', that's what I like.
This is actually really giving me the vibes of Type Dangerous a little bit, like especially lyrically, right? Like she says things like, if you're inked up and that's what I like, face, body, and Lamborghini outside. It's really giving me Type Dangerous energy, right? Like I have a dangerous type, I'm at the club, I'm looking for the man with the tats.
Hands and hands at the very same time. Say the pain, the main of the hour. Gotta
Ooh.
showtime, yeah. Got stacks plus I'm back with Mariah.
Got a flow that'll flex your tire.
On a Cadillac, pack to the back with full fat girl. If you feel like doing a dance, I'm gonna pull up my pants. Come on back, girl.
Ooh, okay.
Flow from the floor to the car, from the car to the crib, then back to the club.
I'm getting dizzy. Like, we're going to the club, to the car, back to your house, to the club, to the car. Like, I'm getting dizzy.
What you waiting on? I can't stand in one place. I'm on that platinum Patron. So don't wait for me to buy drinks, so you gon' dehydrate.
You gonna dehydrate? Okay.
They know I'm from the 850.
This is...
I need 3 bottles of that Patron.
I just realized, and you know, I'm making this up. I have no idea if this is going to be the case, but maybe the E in E equals MC² stands for energy, because this has so much energy. I feel already like I need to get up, like I need to be doing something. I need to be going somewhere, you know? I need to be doing something, not just sitting at this little desk here, you know, going from Charm Bracelet where I was like, oh, you know, how wholesome, how cute, to this. It's a whiplash for sure.
Fellas be grabbing at us like yo, tryna get us going.
Oh, this production. Yeah. I want to replay the beginning of that track just to let that sink in a bit more. Is that a whistle note, but like possibly auto-tuned?
Bounce, 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 bounce. Keep it moving.
Ooh.
Keep it moving. Once again, nothing jumping up in your place. Sick of your berry buzzing all in my face.
I kind of want to re-listen to the full song, but we'll be here all night if I do that. So we're gonna move on. But yeah, I was a little bit scared when that song first started because I was like, oh, this is just such a whiplash from the last album. Like, I'm scared, you know, I'm afraid of what this is gonna bring because I wasn't prepared for that. But once I got into it, I did really enjoy that song. It was catchy, it was groovy, it was vibey, it was very much like a club, just energy. Like, it had the best energy. I just wanted to like get up and go move around. Yeah, that's an exciting feeling when you're listening to music too, when you feel that it's giving you energy. Like, I just love when music does that to me. And yeah, I believe there was auto-tune on her voice or some sort of effect, right? And then we also got the highly auto-tuned T-Pain, which, you know, I'm not a huge fan of auto-tune. Sometimes it works for me and sometimes it doesn't. I did like T-Pain's part. I actually really liked the auto-tune moments where like the girl note was like extended, that kind of thing. Like, I didn't hate it in the song, I guess. But if that's gonna be like the entire album, then I'm kind of nervous, right? Because a whole auto-tune Mariah album, I don't know if that would be my thing. But the next track is called Touch My Body. So curious if this is gonna be the same vibe or just completely different. I already love this one. It's been 2 seconds, but I just know this is gonna be like swanky and like, you know what I mean? I just know this one is gonna be smooth.
MC, in a place to be.
I know that you've been waiting for it, I'm waiting too. In my imagination, I be all up on you. I know you got that fever for me, 102. And boy, I know if it's a camera up in here, then it's only you put me when I do. If it's a camera up in here, it's like I just click on YouTube.
I'm not used to this side of Mariah. You know, she usually keeps it so innocent, so classy. We're getting some spice. We're getting some spice.
Run your mouth and brag about the secret rendezvous. I will hunt you down. Cause they may up in my business like a Wendy interview. But this is private between you and I.
Wendy.
Body, put me on the floor. Wrestle me around. Play with me some more. Touch my body. Put me on the bed. I just wanna make you feel like you never did. Let me roll my thighs. All around your waist. Just a little taste. Come on, give me what I deserve. And touch my body. You can put me on you like a brand new white tee. I hug your body tighter than my favorite jeans. I want you to caress me like a tropical breeze.
Ooh, the difference of like the really fast verses and then the slower chorus. Definitely a vibe. I feel like she's done that before.
If it's a camera up in here, then I best like I just click on YouTube. Close a beer on your mouth and brag about the secret rendezvous. I will hunt you down.
I love that part. Her vocals there.
This is private between you and I. Touch my body, put me on the floor. Wrestle me around, play with me some more. Touch my body, let me
earworm flow. You know what I mean? Like earworm, addictive melodies, addictive flow. Pretty perfect song. I don't have a lot to say about it because it was just kind of perfectly made. It was just in the pocket of what Mariah does best. I did feel like a lot of the melodies and just the vibe, the flow was very earworm. It was very addictive, catchy. Like I could have just kept listening to it. Spicy Mariah has arrived. Okay, she is here. She is present. In my opinion, one of the more like sensual songs she's released. But yeah, it was just so smooth, right? There's something about that song. I just knew it was going to be so smooth, so intoxicating, and that's exactly what it was. Okay, the next song is called Cruise Control, featuring Damian Marley. Who is he related to Bob Marley? Yes, Damian Marley is the youngest son of Bob Marley. We'll see where this goes.
Watch it. Yeah. Yo, Lion of Mariah here alongside Gang Marley. Nothin.
Those oohs are already so beautiful.
Just said I'm out of my mind. Can't explain it, but it's something about it making me high. Like a motor revving over and over, it don't stop. Now I'm flying, driving. I'm ignoring every sign of caution that they provide. Driver's education 101 slipped out of my mind. I need me a caddy with some cruise control.
She's talking so fast that I'm not really getting everything she's saying, but she did say driver's education 101 slipped out of my mind. So one thing I'm appreciating is that even though this is a bit faster paced than some of her other albums, a bit more upbeat, the lyrics could definitely be lost in the sauce a little bit. They're not being lost in the sauce. She's still showing off how intelligent she is and the fact that she is a good writer. You know, that's not really being lost.
So many sagas, he brings the drama. 6 baby mamas.
6 baby mamas.
Ain't resistant, just wanna kiss him. I need cruise control. Might need to go slow. I don't know how to stay up in my lane. Every day and night he's cruising through my brain.
Okay.
Turn to the right. Ooh, he's so smooth with it. Deep down inside, don't wanna lose him. He already know I'm gonna go. Gotta get on cruise control. See on you, I can't see control. See on you, I can't see control.
Now she's teaching us how to spell, like the artists always love to do.
Can nobody tell me nothing when he comes into view? Cause he's the flyest thing, but he be cruising on me avenue. Not the open, the gas pan, the black, they be open. Step up, box and broken. Think I'm joking, I'm chatting. So many sagas, he brings the drama. 6 baby mama. I don't know why he's up on the break. Every time I say his face, I'm out of control. Every day and night he's cruising through my brain. I go keep it cruising.
That brain note is straight up the best thing I've ever heard and should be not allowed on this album. That's too beautiful to be allowed in music. She is doing things here. This is really reminding me of Irresistible West Side Connection, just lyrically, right? Like the whole idea of like, I can't stay away from you. You're so irresistible. I'm already loving this one. I have a good feeling about this album, but let's keep going.
Think I'm joking.
I don't think I'll ever get over that verse from her. Like, I don't even know what style of music that was. I have no idea what she was doing. Like, I don't want to use the wrong terminology, but that was cool. Okay, so toward the end, she adopts a reggae-inspired accent. So yes, it features Jamaican reggae artist Damian Marley, and the track itself has a reggae dancehall vibe. Okay, this is a learning experience because, as I've said in the past, I don't have a lot of experience with certain genres of music, so that's great context, and let's keep listening.
I can't resist, I just wanna kiss him. I need cruise control. Might need to go slow. I don't know why he's up on the break. Every time I say his face, I'm out of control. I don't know. Every day and night he's cruising through my brain.
The best part of the song.
Turn to the right, oh he's so smooth with it. Deep down inside, don't wanna lose him. He already know I'm gonna go, gotta get on
Cruise control and you deny me if you want, and you will stop yourself of love if you're not speeding ticket on the highway to my heart, and it might be a rocky road and look at life just like a pessimist. Yeah. You're already like a wife up in my premises. Yeah. Let's come again and start on scratch just like a Genesis.
I need to go slow, I don't know why is up on the break every time I
Okay, so it kind of switches from his POV, or from her POV to his POV. You can't get a speeding ticket on the highway to my heart, and it might be a rocky road, and you can exit if you want. I like the metaphors, you know, again, the clever songwriting. I just felt like that was a really, really quality song. I feel like already this is a really quality album from the first 3 tracks. I mean, obviously we'll see how it continues, but I just feel like where the last album I listened to, Charm Bracelet, was a little bit chaotic. I felt like I couldn't really process everything that was going down. I feel like this is much more controlled. The production is not nearly as overwhelming to me. It just feels very well made, very controlled, but like not to the point where you're bored. You know what I mean? Like it's still exciting. It's still interesting to listen to, but it's way more polished, which I think I am appreciating. You know, I think there's a beauty to Charm Bracelet in its chaos. At the same time, it's just different. So it's just something I'm noticing, kind of a difference in style, in production quality from that album to this album. And obviously we did have Emancipation of Mimi in the middle there as well, which was a very good album from what I remember. I haven't listened to it in a minute, but it is very well made as well. So I don't know, maybe she was like trying to make more polished music as she progressed in her career. I don't know, but we'll keep going, see where this goes. The next one is called I Stay in Love.
I can't stand it. Make a break up, can't take this madness. If you don't know me at this point, then I highly doubt you ever will. I really need you to give me that unconditional love I used to feel. It's a mistake, and I keep on telling myself that you'll come back around. And try to front like a will. Each time you felt like I will. Say I can't get over you now, no matter what I do. But baby, I stay in love with you. It cuts so deep, it hurts down to my soul. My friends tell me I ain't the same no more. We still need each other when we stumble and fall. Now, hey, what I wanna do is ride shotgun next to you with the top down like we used to. Inside I know it's over, you really gone. It's killing me cause it ain't a thing that I can do. Baby, I stay in love with you. And I keep on telling myself that you'll come back around. And I'm trying to front like a will. Each time you let me down, say I can't get over you now, no matter what I do. But baby, I stay in love with you.
Really love this like layered belting. Why are the ends of the songs always the best? I didn't really vibe with that one. That was definitely my least favorite so far. I feel like if it had been a really slow ballad, I actually probably would have liked it more because I felt like the melodies were good, the lyrics were heartfelt, there was definitely a story there. But because the sonic atmosphere was also begging for my attention, I feel like I couldn't fully appreciate it. So I think if it had been a really slow, stripped down ballad, that would have been a more powerful choice. Totally valid thoughts from past me. Future me loves this song. It has grown on me so much. I had to pop in and say that because I don't necessarily agree with former me. Okay, the next one is called Side Effects featuring Jeezy.
MC and YJ, another hit.
Okay.
I was a girl, you was a man. I was too young to understand. I was naive, I just believed everything that you told me. Then I found out that you were weak.
The tea's piping.
That I become much more than you could handle. Shining like a chandelier that decorated every room inside the private hell we built. And I never made.
Ooh, the lyrics lyrics are not being lost, cause you were scared that I've become much more than you could handle, shining like a chandelier that decorated every room inside the private hell we built. So she's like, this relationship was hell, but there were some gorgeous chandeliers that were me. I was the light in this dark relationship, you know? I was in the right, you were in the wrong. I was just a child. It's not even that I was in the right, it's just like I was literally a child. I was naive. I have no fault in this. You have all the blame, right? You were the cause of this relationship being hell.
I could fly away, but
Fly away.
my tears inside, 'cause I knew if I started, I keep crying for the rest of my life with you. I finally built up the strength to walk away, don't regret it.
Okay.
To live with the side of it. Am I still dreaming about them Valentines? Still protected about the people that I laid aside. Still in the first inside of it, 'cause smiling through it, the side of it.
It's about trauma and how it affects you after the fact. Good times. I love this concept for a song. I feel like it's unique.
After a while, I was just lie. You was in wrong, said you was right, did what I could.
I love the flow of this one.
Believe this was my life, flickering like a candle. Do my best.
This girl has been through everything in life, it seems like. Did what I could just to survive. Couldn't believe this was my life. Flickering like a candle. She's like, I was dying, but I was just trying to get through. And it's like every single album has at least one song on it where she is just going through the fucking ringer. Like life is just beating her down, but she gets up. She gets up every time. I don't know how she does it. Her faith, obviously, is part of that. I do wonder if any of these songs will be faith-oriented, but my girl cannot catch a break.
Part of me, so I broke away and finally found the strength to keep my tears inside, 'cause I knew if I started, I keep crying for the rest of my life.
I love the flow of this chorus so much.
Strength to walk away, don't regret it, but I still live with the side of it. Am I still dreaming about them Valentines? Still protected about the people that I laid aside. The side of it, 'cause smiling there with the side of it.
She'll have like this just insane flow, like to her song, like to the chorus or to part of the song, and then end it with like just the most gorgeous, flowy, light note you've ever heard, like side effects. She did the same thing with Brain and the other song where it was like brain. Like she'll end it with this really light note after just doing this really fast, cool flow. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's really cool. I like it. It like opens up, you know what I mean? It's like this flow that's fast and contained, and then all of a sudden it just opens up. Side effects, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's like a sigh. It's like, yeah, it's kind of like a sigh at the end of her getting everything out. Like she's venting her life story. She's letting it all just come out in these sentences, not even like bothering to check what she's saying, just like letting her story flow. And then at the end, she's like, I've let it all out. It's a breath after, yeah, just like venting.
Hey, magnificent, or should I say magnificent? Ain't nothing worth your happiness, and I ain't caring who you with. Misery loves company.
Is that a synth?
You if you let 'em in. Gotta keep it sucker smart, they want me out of here. Tell 'em I ain't going up. Side effects, drowsiness, loneliness. How is this? I think they call it hateration.
Side effects be drowsiness, loneliness. How is this? I think they call it hateration. What can you prescribe for this? Okay, honestly, it's not that I hated that feature, but I felt like in this song, I think I would have preferred this to just be her. Because she's talking about her whole life story, how she rose, and I don't know, I just feel like it would work better as a song just from her perspective, you know? I don't know, I don't really know that that verse added anything to the song, in my opinion. It's not that I hated it. It was just like, okay, what are you bringing to this, right? I don't know.
I live with the side effects, but I ain't gonna let them get the best of me. Forgive, but I can't forget. Kept my tears inside, 'cause I knew if I started, I keep crying for the rest of my life with you. I'm still dreaming about the Valentine's.
Such such a small part of the song, but I love when she says violent times. I love when she uses her God-given vocabulary, her gift of vocabulary to enhance the song to the next level, okay? It's a blessing. It's a blessing. Bopping through depression, bopping through trauma. That's what we do with Mariah Carey. Feels so good, but the lyrics are sad. I like that one. That was a catchy little, quirky little number. It wasn't quirky, but it was like kind of unique. You know, the idea of trauma causing side effects that are gonna carry you through the rest of your life. But very catchy. Yeah, little bop. Okay, loved the flow. Loved the flow. Okay, the next one is I'm That Chick. Not to be confused with I'm That Bitch. I'm That Chick.
Take it seriously, like pop all eyes on me. That's what you are intrigued. I'm that chick, you notice what it be. Take me for a ride in the sky. Let's fly high. Boy, I got you caught up inside of my head.
I love when she does open vocals like this that are so light, so pretty. Again, it feels like just her letting loose and like opening up, and it's so heavenly.
Gonna be confidence. I'm like that ooey, you feel it to blaze up and taste me. Got flavor like ice cream, cause I'm that chick you like. Gonna be your everything. I'm that chick you like.
Definitely has a swagger to it. A swankiness.
I'm that chick you like. Ooh-wee.
There's definitely a confidence in this album that I don't know if I feel like she's fully tapped into before this album, like to this level. You know, there's a swagger, there's a swankiness. She knows her worth, you know, she's not afraid to speak on it.
I choose it naturally, hypnotized like begging. Boy, I got you caught up inside.
This part is just euphoric.
I'm like that ooey, you feel it to blaze up and taste me. Got flavor like ice cream. Cause ooh-wee. Boy, just relax and unwind. Pull me in there, what you do. There ain't no rules, it's up to you this time. Just keep kissing me, hold on and baby we can party all night through the night. I'm like that ooey, to blaze up and taste me. Got flavor like ice cream, cause I'm that chick.
I can't decide how I feel about the chorus. I kind of love it, I kind of hate it.
And everything you like. I like that ooh.
Ooh.
I'm that chick. I'm like that uptown haven. Real thugs, please, we'll touch the sky. Cause I'm that chick.
Okay. I have like a love-hate relationship with that song. Like, I don't fully know how I feel about it. Part of me liked it. I really liked, you know, again, those open vocals that were so pretty, you know, kind of contrasting with the really fast flow that she was doing. That was cool and all. The chorus kind of started to drive me nuts after I heard it a few times. I don't often get annoyed by a Mariah Carey chorus, but it was kind of annoying me when she said, I'm that chick. Almost the falsetto, I think, was a little bit annoying to me, which again, I usually like when she does falsetto and all of that. And I don't have a problem with her doing a confident song. So I don't know why it annoyed me. It just kind of did for some reason. But overall, I didn't hate it. I just kind of hated the chorus as it went on. But the next track is called Love Story. Yeah. And I'm thinking about Taylor Swift. I can't help it. I think her Love Story came out. When did her Love Story come out? It came out in 2008 as well. So I'm sorry. That's kind of crazy that they both had a song called Love Story come out in 2008. It's not that crazy, but it's a little bit crazy. crazy.
Everybody want it, want it, want it. Everybody want it, want it.
It sounds just like Taylor's version too.
MC said,
Everybody want it,
JD.
want it. Everybody want it, want it, want it. Everybody want it, want it. Talk about love, talk about
The beats of these songs are all harder than anything I've heard in recent albums. Like, this is a sonic switch up from the albums I've been covering from her, where I'm like, okay, we're locked into the beat. You know what I mean? These are hard hitters. There's no like sitting back and basking because you're bopping.
boy meets girl and looks in her eyes. Time stands still and two hearts catch fire. Couldn't be who they was, 'cause it just seemed like love wasn't on their side. But this isn't just another love story.
Nope.
Together we'll make history. There'll be no end to our love story. And this ain't gonna end up like that Casablanca movie.
Nah.
This ain't no fairy tale or fiction, this is truly. There'll be no end to our love
Holla at 'em, MC.
story, baby.
I feel like, I don't know what album this belongs on, but I don't feel like it belongs on this album. I mean, I guess we'll see how the rest of the album continues, but this feels very jarring after the first 6 songs. So soft. So subtle.
I like this.
Chapter 2, when they meet up again. Second time around, so that they're just friends. But the feeling's still strong, and it's been too long to be tripping like they ain't been missing. They on the phone like, hey baby,
Hey, hey.
let's meet up today. We can make it like it was,
Yep.
just the two of us. Back up on that roller coaster, like we've been supposed to. 'Cause
This is so cute. Like, I'm picturing a young, like, high school couple or something that's, like, on the phone after school, like, talking to your crush type vibes. Like, this is just really cute. It feels, like, innocent, youthful, heartfelt.
another love story. Together we'll make history. I know.
But she's like, this is not just another love story. Like, this is gonna last. This is gonna stand the test of time.
There'll be no end to our love story, baby. Just when it seemed like all the odds were stacked against now. They came back strong, but they'll be for matter of fact and sound. Stronger than pride, looking like them, looking like her, looking like him. Stronger than hate, and the whole world too. Looking like me, looking like you.
Stronger than hate. So maybe people didn't want them to be together?
I know because it's destiny. There'll be no end to our love. And this ain't gonna end up like that Casablanca movie. No, I'm for eternity. There'll be no end to our love story, baby. Want it, want it. Everybody want it, want it, want it. Everybody want it, want it, want it.
I'm not ending. Just interesting. Okay. I feel like, I don't know, that one was so different than the other songs. Like, much softer, much more chill, just kind of something you let wash over you. Very cute, very sweet storytelling. I guess I would have put it on a different album maybe, but it was cute. I didn't mind its existence. I just feel like it doesn't really fit into this world. But I'm trying to think about what other album I'd put it on, and I'm not even sure I could think of another album that it would fit on, like, fully. So, I don't know. I guess there's no album it really belongs on. It's just a thing of its own. What's interesting is the verses mainly use third person. Boy meets girl and looks into her eyes. Time stands still and two hearts catch fire. Off they go, roller coaster ride. But then in the chorus, it switches to first person. Together we'll make history. There will be no end to our love story. So I am curious if this is about her or about other people. Because usually when it's a personal song, I feel like she makes it pretty obvious that it's a personal song. She adds personal details or just, you can tell it's coming from a personal place. With this track, I get the feeling this could be either fictional, but she does say this ain't no fairy tale or fiction. This is truly ours for all eternity. So maybe it's not fiction, but maybe it's about like a couple that she knew in her life, but not about her personally. Side note, I was looking up who Side Effects is about. It's about her previous marriage to Tommy Mottola, who you guys comment about a lot. So that makes sense. I had to look it up because I was like, it better not be about Eminem. Like, I was very shocked when I looked up Clown and learned that it was about Eminem. I had no idea there was a crossover at any point in time where Eminem and Mariah were in the same world. I just did not see that coming, so had to look it up, but it's about the old Tomo. But the next track is called I'll Be Loving You Long Time. I love you long time, so you know the meaning.
I'll be loving you long time.
I already love this sound.
Even gotta worry about a thing. I got you, babe. It's not a game. I'm here to stay with each other. Long as I know you got me. I'll be loving you long as I can. I'll be loving you long time. There's no stopping you and me. I'll be loving you long as I can. Don't care what no one has to say. A little spot where no one knows. Spend a little time just us alone. You can caress my body and never let go. Long as I'm loving you long as I can.
So many layered vocals in this one.
There's no stopping you and me.
Like, the main thing you're hearing is the vocals.
No one another ain't gonna never be another. Can nobody do what you do to me? Nobody.
I love the strings in this song. I love the way it started out. And I hate that you can't hear that throughout the entire song. I hate that that gets lost completely once the actual song starts. And then it sounds like the strings are coming back in here. But that is a critique I have because I was so excited when this song first started. I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be my favorite one. And unfortunately, I don't think it is going to be my favorite because we lost that. We lost that production that was so beautiful and cinematic. It was like a movie score and we lost that.
Don't want another, ain't gonna never be another. Can't nobody do what you do to me. Can't nobody love me
I do like the flow though.
like you do. I've been loving you long time. I've been loving long time.
That was just a big no out of nowhere. Classic Mariah. It's cute, you know, it's cute. Catchy. Like, it's a catchy song. It's a fine song. Ooh, those strings.
I know you don't believe that it's over like that.
She know you still love me.
Okay, it was a catchy, fine little number. Like, it was fine. My main critique was just that I really wanted those strings to be more of a personality in the track, and I don't know why she started it out in that cinematic way and then just completely removed it. It was such a tease. So yeah, I am left wanting more. Where did the whistle notes go? Side note, we have not gotten nearly as many whistle notes. She did start the album with a whistle note, but we haven't been getting them at the end of the tracks. So I just wonder why that is, you know, just wondering what goes on in Mariah's mind when she creates these albums. But the next track is Last Kiss. And this is another song title that happens to also be a Taylor Swift song title. It's actually one of my favorite Taylor Swift favorite songs of all time. So I'm claiming this one. I have a good feeling.
She know you still love me. That it's over like
so
that.
Empty inside since I last kissed goodbye. Picture you in my mind, and I can't seem to rationalize the way we let it in. It just don't make no sense. I need you back again. Everybody asking questions like what's some kind of obsession? About a million times asking, I'm like, just let it rest. Can I get a minute to breathe?
Hey.
What's up with you and so? But in my heart, I know.
I do think I manifested manifested that, talking about how she takes a breath after venting everything in this fast way. She did exactly that. She said a bunch of like really fast lines and then she said, can I take a rest? Can I take a breath? Manifested that. Not really, because this album has been out since 2008, but I have some sort of spidey sense.
This
What?
ain't gonna be our last kiss. It's
Oh.
too big, boy, you know we trill. So stop crying. What we got is still something. Oh, this feeling is too good to miss.
Too good.
Ain't no kiss gonna never be our last. Guess that you never leave me, so I keep believing that eventually we gon' kiss away the hurt, do it like it was, and wake up how we used to be.
I know you don't believe.
This is another one that I'm struggling a little bit with the tempo and just the vibe. Like, I don't really know what to do with this song, if I'm being honest. Like, it's not slow enough that I can be like, oh my gosh, like, what a nice ballad. You know, it's not a ballad, which was kind of what I was expecting it to be. I was expecting it to be a little bit of a sadder song, but it's clearly not. It's like, this isn't going to be our last kiss. Like, we can't get rid of this relationship. But it's not like, it's not hard hitting enough that I feel like really engaged with it. You know what I mean? That's a critique I have about a couple of these songs.
Call it what you want in your eyes. We're gonna make it through this, I'll prove it. Something about our love will not fade away. Always everlasting, and in my heart I know this ain't gonna be our last kiss.
She does have a lot of songs where she talks about like this love is going to last forever, like makes these very big, bold promises for love and for the relationship that she's in, which makes it kind of more heartbreaking to know that I don't believe any of the relationships in her life ended up working out. But obviously when you're in that stage of the relationship where everything is going well, you do feel like it's gonna last forever. She's been married before. She probably did think it was gonna last forever. And obviously that's what she was hoping. So it's just kind of something I'm thinking about as like, you know, she has a lot of these very, very romantic like songs about love that is so all consuming. And unfortunately it hasn't worked out for her, which sucks. Her notes last 10 minutes. Probably one of my least favorites so far, unfortunately. You know, I was really hyped going into it. Definitely had some catchy flows, catchy melodies and stuff, but altogether I didn't feel like it was as memorable as the previous tracks. And the next one is called Thanks for Nothin.
It's dedicated to all the ladies out there. It's tired of getting played. You know?
Y'all know what this is.
Y'all know what this is. I ain't even gotta say it.
Thanks for nothing.
Yeah. Oh.
Switching up from like the really heartfelt love songs to Thanks for Nothing.
I can't even know what to say. I've been hurt, I've been played, and I'm so ashamed. I can't even cry, it's that deep. You just lie and you cheat like it's nothing.
Nothing.
So I trusted you, but I guess that subconsciously I knew. But I didn't wanna be so true. That it was only me and you. And you was just running, hey boy.
Was she cheated on? I didn't know it went that deep. Like, that's really fucked up. I thought maybe she'd just been broken up with, which is also horrible, also not pleasant to go through, but like, to be cheated on, to be lied to, like, that's a whole nother level.
Thanks for nothing.
Say what?
I never knew enough about you, babe. And I guess I only have myself to blame.
You're not to blame, though.
Started a shattering. You were just playing a game.
It's hurting me internally that she's blaming herself when he cheated. He lied. What's the key word there? He.
Anyone could do to convince me, babe. I was living in a lie just to masquerade. Now
I'm sorry, this is one of my favorites lyrically so far. Every line is like piping hot, emotional baggage. Piping hot I was gonna say piping hot tea, but I don't want to downplay her emotional baggage to being tea, right? This is not, like, this is shit she actually went through. This is shit she has lived through, and it's fucked up shit, you know? But every line is like, wow, you know? Just the storytelling, just, she's being so honest. She's just telling it exactly like it is. I just really like this vulnerable, laid out storytelling where she just lays it out exactly as it is.
Only know that I'll never be the same, but you were just playing the game.
Oh, oh, oh,
You're a player.
oh,
Thanks for nothing.
Oh.
Every day and every night I stay by the phone. Never go no place, so just in case you call, I'll be home. Seems like all I do is think about our pseudo romance. While you somewhere burning diesel in the streets having laughs.
Pseudo romance. She really just used the word pseudo romance. And we're not surprised, but we are in awe at her vocabulary.
Never go no place, so just in case you call, I'll be home. Seems like all I do is think about our pseudo romance. While you somewhere burning diesel in the streets having laughs. Somebody say you know what I'm going through. You been left with nothing to, but you can't count on one hand. Sing it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days a week, you're drowning in tears. You were so insincere, now you're laying up in bed every night singing, hey boy, thanks for nothing.
Yes.
I never knew enough about you, babe. And I guess I only have myself to blame. Now I'm broken hearted and shattering. You just playing the game.
The production is so unserious. She's like, I'm heartbroken and shattering. And the whatever sound effect synth ass little alien sound effect comes in there right after she's like spilling her guts out is so unserious.
Anyone could do to convince me, but
I think this is my favorite.
in a lie just to masquerade. Now I only know.
The vocals on this track too.
Thanks for nothing. So thanks for nothing.
Some raspy little vocals there at the end. Loved that one. Loved. I loved that one. I think that was my #1 favorite so far. Every line was honest, vulnerable, scathing, heartfelt, reflective. I don't know. I just loved the songwriting. It was beautiful. That's really all I have to say. Her vocals on that track, bro, were so pretty. I don't know, man. I just loved it. The next one is called O.O.C.
Take them around the world on this one. East Coast where you at? Yeah. Come on, West Coast where you at? Head West where you at?
I'm not ready for this. Okay, we just went through emotional turmoil with Thanks for Nothin, which, by the way, it's also kind of funny that she titled it Thanks for Nothin, and it was actually a really, like, sad song, you know? It's a very unserious title for a song that I felt like was pretty damn serious. So that was kind of ironic. But this next one, I'm not ready. I'm ready to be in emotional turmoil, but she wants me to suddenly bop again. Okay, Mariah, whatever you say.
No matter how long it be, we never lose our chemistry, and it's the strongest thing I've ever experienced. I know you'll wanna be like me when you're messing with the one true lover that make you O.O.C. Coming home for a minute is wrong, not a minute you love, so it's like that. I get so O.O.C. out of control, baby. For each other is wrong, but eternally I get so O.O.C. and that's just the way it is.
Okay, E = MC². I think that's the formula for... What is that the formula for again? I've been out of school for too long. Mass energy equivalence. One of the most famous equations in physics. Did I learn about E = MC² when I was in school? Yes, I did. But have I ever used it a day in my life? No. Okay, so maybe I was right about my theory that E stands for energy. But she said something about our chemistry. So I thought maybe that was like a tie-in to the title, like, you know, know, chemistry, physics, whatever, science terms, just science things. Okay, I'm kind of shocked because in verse 1, she said motherfuckers, which is not typical of her. The first time she had ever cussed in an album was Charm Bracelet, the last album I covered, and I was like, wow, okay. And now we are evolving to motherfuckers. She said, baby, no matter how long it be, we never lose that chemistry. So again, another song about like this lifelong love. It's never gonna go out of style. It's never gonna not be this timeless, perfect thing. Whatever happened to empathy, I know you motherfuckers feel like we when you're messing with that one true lover. Kind of out of pocket. I don't feel like that was a necessary curse at all in this track. It doesn't really feel like it belongs there, but... This part's going on forever.
Baby, every time you touch me, so get that electricity. And after all this time, it don't even make no sense. So scusa me, te quiero mucho, papi. Je ne sais pas, mais c'est la vie. When you're messing with that one true lover that make you O.O.C. Been coming home for a minute, for a minute you love so deep and it's wrong, but eternally I get so O.O.C.
She started speaking French. So yeah, we're definitely getting some new sides of her that I haven't seen yet on this album, like the reggae accent, and also she just spoke French. So, you know, she's clearly trying some different things here, some new things. How we feeling? How we feeling? I keep thinking she's gonna say OOTD, which I know doesn't make sense, but it's just where my mind goes. Okay, one of my least favorites so far. I don't know, I just wasn't really feeling it. Whenever there's a song that like makes an acronym that's not really a thing that like people say, it always annoys me for some reason. Like it always throws me off. I don't really get why they do that. I get like why she did it for the song to make it catchy or make it rhyme or whatever, but I don't know. Not my favorite song. Didn't feel like there was anything that super stood out to me about it, other than, of course, you know, the bit where she spoke French, did a little accent. That was an interesting moment. Okay, the next one is called For the Record. I feel like this could be another tea spilling.
Some love that you hold in your heart. And I don't know what to do, 'cause when I'm looking in your eyes, it feels like the first time. Give me one good reason why we can't just press rewind. I don't wanna spend my life thinking what it could've been like if we had another try. All the regularities, they can't compete with MC. The whole entire world can tell that you love yourself on me. People see it now.
Again, super confident, talking her shit.
Start over again, and it's gonna go better now. 'Cause when I'm looking in your eyes, it feels like the first time. Give me one good reason why. That look on your face feels like the first time. You'll always be a part of me, no matter what you do. And for the record, can't nobody say I didn't give my all to you. 'Cause when I'm looking in your
say since about track 8 with this whole middle section of the album, like I have really not been as excited about this section as I was at the beginning of the album, you know, with like Migrate, Touch My Body, Cruise Control. I had really, really high hopes that I was gonna love this album. I don't know, maybe we're just at the midpoint where like I'm feeling kind of that like mid-album slump of sorts. I don't know, but I'm not personally feeling like these last few songs have been as quality as the beginning of the album. That's, you know, my personal opinion. The songwriting hasn't been my favorite. I don't think it's been as like personal or like unique. It feels kind of like songwriting that is standard of songs in general. And I'm used to her being a little bit different, being a little bit outside the box, having those really personal, detailed lyrics. And I just feel like those have been lacking a little bit. And then I also just feel like sonically they haven't stood out to me as much. They haven't excited me as much.
Hello, it's me from the future, and yeah, I don't normally do this, but I was just editing this video and I was watching it back and I'm like, I don't know why I didn't give this song more flowers and more attention. I love the strings, I love the melodies. It's actually a really solid track that I don't think I really gave enough credit to. So just wanted to say that.
The next one is called Bye Bye. This is the second to last track of the standard album.
This is for my people who just lost somebody. Your best friend, your baby, your man or your lady. We won't ever say bye. No, no, no. Mamas, daddies, sisters, brothers, friends, and cousins. This is for my people who lost their grandmothers. Lift your hand to the sky, 'cause we won't ever say bye.
Already interesting that this is a upbeat song for the lyrics being what they are.
As a child, there were them times I didn't get it, but you kept me in line. I didn't know I didn't show up sometimes on Sunday mornings, and I missed you. But I'm glad we talked through all them grown folk things separation brings.
You kept me alive. As a child, there were times I didn't get it, but you kept me alive.
You never let it show because you loved me, and obviously there's so much more left to say. If you were with me today, face to face, never knew I could hurt like this. And every day your life goes on. I wish I could talk to you for a while. Wish you better try not to cry as time goes by.
I'm just struggling with this song because the tempo is upbeat and there's these sound effects that make it feel like this exciting club song, but it's like really sad when you read these lyrics. Like, I never knew I could hurt like this. Everyday life goes on. I wish I could talk to you for a while. So I'm just kind of thrown off. Like, I like the production and the lyrics separate from one another, but together I'm struggling to see how it fits. The only thing I can think of is maybe she didn't want it to be like a super depressing song. You know, maybe she wanted it to feel like a celebration of the person's life, and or maybe she just knew the lyrics were heavy and so she decided to make it a more upbeat song to allow people to not feel so heavy and so down.
You never got a chance to see how good I done. You never got to see me back at number one. I wish that you were here to celebrate together. I remember when you used to tuck me in at night with a teddy bear you gave me that I held so tight. It's so hard to accept the fact you're gone forever. I never knew I could hurt like this. Wish you could talk to you for a while. Wish you better try not to cry.
Like, the climax of the lyrics, the saddest part of the song is when that synth or whatever the heck that is comes in and gives it like an alien sci-fi feel.
Not the hardest thing to do. Say bye.
There's also some piano in there. It's just interesting.
This is for my people who just lost somebody. Your best friend, your baby, your man or your lady. Put your hand way up high. Sisters, brothers, friends, and cousins. This is for my people who lost their grandmothers.
I wanna bop, I wanna cry, I wanna feel sad, I wanna dance.
Bye. Never knew I could hurt. I never knew. And every day your life goes on. I wish you could do for a while. I wish you could try not to cry. I wish this time goes by.
goes off vocally at the end, especially on this album. She just opens up, she just lets it all out.
We won't ever say goodbye.
Okay. Like, was it one of the boppiest, catchiest ones? Potentially, you know, potentially. But do I understand why she chose to do some of the saddest lyrics ever on that boppy, dancey number? No, I don't. I don't understand the vision behind the song. I wanted to be in a club dancing, and I also wanted to just never listen to the song again because it was so effing sad. I don't know how to feel about it. The last song on the standard edition of the album is called I Wish You Well. And when I first started the album, I thought Bye Bye was gonna be like very catty, very playful, like bye bye. And then I Wish You Well, also very catty, very like tongue in cheek. But since that one was what it was, I feel like this could be anything.
This goes out to you and you know who you are. When glory days turn to stormy nights, you must have been so petrified. Didn't you feel so cold? Captive of your demons inside. Take heed to the word is time. Check Proverbs 19:29. Don't cry. I wish you well. So much I didn't see. I wait for what I dream we all could be. Can't manipulate me like before. Example, 1 John chapter 4, verse 4.
Be strong in the Lord and the power of His might.
If my show's up, I'm gonna do it. Oh, minuscule inside your mind. Sorry, I am so sorry. Please forgive me. Did all that I tried, did all that I could. Maybe when you're cursing me, you don't feel so incomplete. But we've all made mistakes, felt the guilt and self-hate. But let Him without sin cast the first stone.
This is cool, like the layering and talk about atmosphere, you know what I mean?
Oh, weapon formed against me shall prosper.
Area.
My salvation, I will trust and not be afraid. The Lord is my salvation. Yes, I know that.
Okay. Oh.
To this very day, and so I stand here and testify to soul and great light. So the more you curse me, the more you blessing me. The word said, love your enemies, do good to those who hurt you, pray for those who mistreat you.
Ooh.
But live like in victory only. I wish you well.
He that keeps his mind stayed on the Lord, He will keep them in perfect peace.
That was an entire sermon. She expects me to go from a sermon to that. Oh my gosh. She thought she could sneak a sermon in as the last track and no one would notice. Definitely the most faith-centric song we have yet to hear from Mariah, in my opinion. I mean, there was literally a bishop in the song during the outro. It was Mariah and Bishop Clarence Keaton. But yeah, basically something she said about this song is it's about coming to a place within yourself where you, no matter what somebody does to you, you can forgive them. And even if you're a little bitter about it, you say your piece and you let it go. So honestly, a very mature song, more mature than I feel like I might be if I went through certain things that she went through. So good for her for being the bigger person and having that peace within her that she can then extend to the people who have wronged her. I think that's great. I liked the biblical references. I don't even listen to Christian music. I hate most Christian music. But if Christian music was like this, I might actually enjoy it. It just feels like it comes from such a genuine place. She's not overlooking the pain and just pretending it's not there, but she is like moving past it. I just really, really like the way that she sings, and she makes music about faith. Whenever Mariah sings about faith, I just feel like it's so genuine. It just hits me right in the heart. Okay, so I really appreciated that song. I actually think that was one of my favorites off the entire album. I just thought it was so beautiful. I thought it was a masterpiece a little bit, you know, like all the different layers, this kind of atmosphere. It felt like you were at church, like you were hearing these people talk and you were hearing the choir sing and you were hearing Mariah's message on top of all that. It was just kind of like this cacophony of noise, but I think it worked really well. Yeah, I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Okay, we're going into the bonus tracks. Heat and For Real, For Real. Let's get into Heat.
That's Mariah.
That's insane coming after the track we just listened to. Lay down the beat.
Thought that you was stuck when I already put you got your tag tucked in. Tryna look cute in your best friend's food, but they don't hardly fit. Why you tryna steal my man? I told you once before, but you don't want me. I ain't who you think I'm is. I will set your own message. You think I won't come out these fields and make it clear? I ain't the one. You think I won't go up my head and take it there? I ain't the one.
What's weird is every time she cusses, it takes out the word and replaces it with this weird sound effect, like a glitch. And I don't know why it does that. I don't know if it's like she's trying to keep her albums just really clean. Like, why even cuss in the first place if that's what you're trying to do? So, I don't know. I'm just confused. It makes it hard to listen to when she does cuss because you're not actually hearing the word. You're just hearing like this weird glitch. I don't really care for that. Okay.
Hands up on my road, ain't no telling what I'll do. What makes you think you fly enough to take my man? Show it the one, show it the one. All these years, one was mine, but they done lost their mind. They on them like the ice cream man. They coming, but they know they can't have none. Obsessing, but they messing with the wrong one. I am who you think I'm is. I will set your own message.
A lot of lines like, I ain't who you think I'm is, like using the wrong grammar, obviously intentionally.
Come out these fields and make it clear. I ain't the one. You think I won't fall off my head and take it there? I ain't the one. Keep your hands up on telling what I'll do.
This is literally her saying, keep your hands off my man because you don't know what I'll do. If you think, you know, I'm not the type to like get my hair a little bit messy and fight for those I love, you're wrong. Okay, interesting. Again, I feel like this album is so like confident bad bitch Mariah a little bit. And this song especially, she's like, you can't take my heat. You can't handle me, which is so funny because I don't know, she seems like such a nice, lovely person. I don't know if it's all talk or she really does have that side to her. The beginning of the song was kind of cool because it felt like heat. Like there was kind of that sound which like felt like heat, and then she went into the falsetto, which was like the highest falsetto I've ever heard her do, and it felt like there was heat, there was this presence. Really interesting. But now we're kind of just flowing, you know, we've moved into kind of just the flow state. It's a vibe for sure.
What makes you think you fly enough to take my man?
Like this part.
You think I won't come out? Think I won't.
It's the glitch. It's getting me. Oh, this person is trying to steal her man. So she's like, yeah, if you try to steal my man, like, I'm gonna fuck up my hair. Like, I'll get into it with you. Like, hold my earrings. Let's go. It's this same synth, man. I actually probably like that song more than a few of the songs on the album. So there were a few songs on the album that it wouldn't be hard to make a song that I enjoyed more because I just didn't like it that much. But I kind of like that one. It was cool. I really like the flow, just the vibe, you know. It was very fun to listen to, very addictive, kind of like I feel like I could have kept going and I would have just kept vibing. Talking her shit, you know, do not come for her man. Okay, the last track we're going to be listening to is a Debrat feature. Once again, Debrat in the house. This is, I think, the third song with Debrat. This is a bonus track called For Real, For Real. Let's see what it's all about.
For real, for real, for real, for real. Tell me it's for real, for real, for real, for real, for real.
For real.
For real.
These are just gonna be vibey.
For real, for real, for real. Baby, yes, for real.
Kind of foreboding sound to it.
Sometimes you be blowing my mind. You feel my mind. I take my time with you, but on the low I'm shy. Though I front like I'm so next level fly.
I really always think the lyrics are dirtier than they are. I thought she said, sometimes you make love with my mind. She said, sometimes you be blowing my mind. I don't know why I can't get my brain to understand her lyrics better.
Feel my mind. I take my time with you, but on the low I'm shy. Though I front like I'm so next level fly with them other guys. Really, I wanna reach out and just touch you. Come knocking at your door. Give a girl a heave ho and give her
The heave ho.
when it's for real, 100% for real. Hotter than cable TV, like something out of your dreams.
There are some out-of-pocket lyrics on this album, like 100% for real, hotter than cable TV. It just makes me kind of laugh.
Trying to dissuade me with schemes, wanna make it less than you seem, but I'm not that one to listen to dumb chicks that wanna be where I'm gonna be.
It's just funny having a song like this after the song that was like, I wish you peace, I wish you well, like I've forgiven you for everything you've done to me. To go from that to like, all my friends say I'm wasting my time on you, but I'm not the one to listen to dumb chicks that want to be where I'm gonna be. Like just total, you know, energy switch up, mood change, which, you know, I get it. We all have different sides to us and she's just bringing out those different sides.
I'm for real, for real, yes, for real, for real, for real, baby, yes.
For real, for real, for real, for real.
Check this out. For real.
Debrat.
Yeah. This ain't for play, for play. I've been trying to figure it out this morning. And I wanna surely murder you like yes, we lay. But on the low, I'm shy like MJ. I don't know what to say. But I know who.
Oh my god, she said I'm shy like MJ and then they did the hee.
Low, I'm shy like MJ. I don't know what to say.
That's amazing.
That I'm a rider since day one. Man, it's for real, for real. For real, for real, for real. Baby, when it's for real, for real.
Oh, but this part. Like that. I like that ending. That was definitely a really vibey one. I understand why it was a bonus track. You know, it was kind of uninteresting, you know, compared to the other tracks, like definitely less interesting in my opinion. But it was vibey, it was catchy, you know, it was definitely kind of a mood to just get lost in. But we have reached the end of E=MC². Class is over, but not yet because I'm still gonna do my review. But yeah, we just went through this long album. I mean, honestly, it did feel long. I'm not gonna lie to you. It did feel like one of the longest albums I've listened to from her. I think because there were quite a few songs I didn't really love, I didn't really vibe with. And when that's the case, the album is just naturally gonna feel longer, right? Because you're not loving every single thing you're hearing. I don't even know if I liked it or not. Like, I think I honestly don't really know at this point. Like, there were definitely some songs that I really liked, like Touch My Body, Migrate, Cruise Control, Side Effects, Love Story, Thanks for Nothin, I Wish You Well, the bonus tracks. Those are all ones that I had like marked that like I enjoyed them, I liked them. Bye Bye was good. But there were also some ones that I just didn't really vibe with at all, to be honest with you. Like, I didn't feel like they were her strongest lyrics. Not that they have to be, you know, this like, doesn't have to be this lyrical masterpiece every time, but I think I am used to that standard from her of like having good lyrics, right? Being a really good songwriter. And there were some of the songs that I just didn't really feel like lived up to that for me. And there were other songs that sonically just didn't really excite me. So for me, it was kind of a mixed bag. I think when I'm looking at the tracks that I liked, it's about half of them, you know? I'm not like fully in love with this album, unfortunately. I liked it okay. I think it probably would be lower on my ranking. I did appreciate that the production felt a little bit more polished. But with that being said, sometimes I felt like it was too tailored. It was too stripped down to where it didn't excite me as much. So maybe I'm being too picky, you know, you can definitely let me know if I'm just being too picky, but that's genuinely how I feel, you know, I'm not gonna lie. There was quite a range of themes on this album. Like, honestly, there wasn't really one thread that I felt like carried throughout. I felt like it dove into so many different things. Like, there were a lot of songs where she was kind of owning her sensuality or this more like sexual side of her. There were really confident songs where it felt like she was owning this badass side of herself, but there were also like the more reflective numbers where she was reflecting on the pain she's experienced, you know, which is a thing in all of her albums. But, you know, it's not like this was a painless album that had no songs that were really heartfelt and reflective. We did get some of those as well. When this album started, I thought it was going to be a very energetic album, and I did feel like that energy kind of waned toward the middle, which was another issue I had. Maybe it just started so energetically that I really struggled with that middle section because it didn't match the energy of the first few tracks, but I just felt like there was something really magical about the first few tracks, and then once we kind of kept going, it felt like it lost that energy that I really loved. And another thing I expected when it started out was like not any deep lyrics or like even sad lyrics, you know. I thought this was going to be a much happier or just like confident, you know, feel good album, I guess is the way to put it. But especially toward the end of the album, it got really reflective and it got really sad. So just something I'm thinking about, you know, just an interesting album, I guess, in the track list, the track order. I don't know if this is the real track order. This is just what Spotify presented to me. If that is the actual track order, it's interesting to say the least. It's just interesting how this album unfolded. So yeah, not my favorite album, but definitely had its moments, you know. I can't say I'm in love with it, but I also didn't hate it by any means. So I don't know, let me know your thoughts, you know. I really don't know what you guys think of this album, so nice to know that I'm not biased in any way. I mean, I feel like not as many people comment about it, so I don't really know if it's a fan favorite or not, but it is definitely something I'll have to reflect on more. Hi guys, again, I'm doing a lot of like corrections in this video because I don't know, I feel like a lot of things have changed for me or grown on me, so I just wanted this video to be as accurate as possible. And I would say I really like this album. It has grown on me a lot. Like, a lot of the songs that I wasn't really feeling on a first listen have grown on me. I have done a rough ranking for you here so you can see my favorites and least favorites. I think I was a little bit harsh on it at first because I'm so used to like really liking almost every single song on one of her albums. And when there's an album that like I felt like I had more mixed feelings on, that's what led me to believe like I don't even know if I liked it, but I do like it. Does that make sense? I don't know. Hope you enjoyed this update. Love you guys. Bye. But thank you guys so much for watching once again my reaction. Subscribe, like, please, for the Mariah Carey journey if you want to join me on it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.